Hey guys, my name is Anthony. Today I'm going to be reviewing some 60s sweats and basically comparing them to 90s sweats and basically showing you like why they're from the 60s and like just differences in the sweat. And how they fit also. I'm going to put a fit on and try it on. Yeah, let's grab this one first. So this is the first one that I got right here. It's a EKU college like baby blue 60s sweat. As you can see, like the lettering and basically everything about the sweat. It's a short sleeve, wasn't cut or anything. Has like a lot of distressing on it, but it kind of like adds character to it. It has one like small little pit hole right here. But the main thing that tells you that it's sweat is from the 60s is the interior. So as you can see, the interior of this is like this nice sort of like piling. It's really neat. This particular sweat is probably from around the mid 60s. And I'll basically show you a 50s sweat that I have, which this is actually just a rag, dude. I found this at an estate sale, so unfortunate. But this one actually has a V. I'm guessing this one's probably like mid 50s because there's still some elastic on the V, which I think they got rid of the elastic around the late 50s, if I'm not mistaken. But like elastic in the V was still prevalent around the like mid to early 50s, and of course the dating back even farther. But yeah, you could see also that this one has like really nice piling on it as a 50s sweat. So you could see like the piling on this too. So yeah, the only exception, or actually let's show the difference between 90s sweats and 60s sweats. And I actually have another 60s sweat that I will be trying on. So this is like a 90s like Russell blank, and this is the 60s sweat that we just showed. So as you can see, there's way more piling on this one than this one. This one's very much more like pillish. Like it kind of just has like pieces you can almost like, pick it off and like be on your finger. But on this one, you can't really do that because like I said, it's like piles. So yeah, that's like the difference on the interiors. Another thing to note is, let's see if this is actually different. Like the interior, like right here, the stitching on here is, I think, a little bit different if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it is a little bit different. This one's kind of like a more like zigzag stitch. Let me show you, try to get a good feel on that. So yeah, that one's like more of like a zigzag stitch. This is like the bottom hem, by the way. And this one's more of like a, I don't know what you'd call this. It's just like line, 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 line. So yeah, there's different ways that they made, but like all sweats like predating like the mid 70s were usually with this kind of stitching pattern. And the ones like this, there's a lot of different ways that they stitch this bottom like hem. But you'll mostly see these on the 60s sweats. So the only exception to this rule is the reverse weave champion. So this particular one is from the 80s. And it also has some like piling on it. And I guess, I don't know if it like took a lot of inspiration from the 60s sweatshirt. It just like never changed. It was kind of like a traditional thing. And even like on the inside hem, I don't know. It just has like that long ribbing at the bottom that you'd see in like the old sweats. And yeah, just piling all over. So yeah, but that's not really the reason why Champion reverse weaves are good. The real reason is just the amazing construction on them. But yeah. So here's another kind of example of a 60s sweat. Now this one is a little bit old or younger. Yeah, this one's a little bit younger. This is probably like a late 60s, early 70s one. This is kind of like the piling is starting to turn to pills, as you could see. It's still like piles for the most part. It just looks like it was like worn a lot more than the other one, even though the other one was worn way more. This one is in way better condition. This one also has like a physical tag, as you could see. It's on a little focus. It's on a Artex tag. And it has a lot of features of a 60s sweat. like the stitching, obviously. But yeah, this one would probably fall into the late 60s, early 70s. And the hem at the bottom is kind of like really small. But you can see like it still has that nice sort of piling on it. And it's not exactly like the Russell. So we can compare the two like this. So the, the two like this. So as you can see, it still beats it in the pile game. So it's safe to say that, yeah, this sweat, just by even the feel of it, I mean, the feel of these like 60s sweats is a lot different than the feel of like a 90s Russell. I don't really like the quality on the Russells, to be honest, because these kind of have like a more soft, like plushy feel. They feel way better on your body. And yeah, and this one in particular is flock print too. Flock print was very prevalent in the 60s. So it's like that sort of fuzzy print. And yeah, so I'm going to be like styling this now. Not really styling it, but just putting it on. So I'm about to like get changed into that real quick. Won't take long, guys. Get out of frame. So I guess before I put this on, I kind of pulled up the pants a little bit more to make them more like high-waisted to kind of give off that vibe, because people did wear their pants high-waisted back then. And yeah, so I'll basically show you the fit and explain a little bit more. So yeah, here's the fit. These were mostly designed for women, so this is about as big as you're gonna get on these college sweats. There were a lot of like short sleeve sweats that still like were designed for men. I've seen like a motorcycle gang one, which was pretty cool. That was like 27 inches up and down, but the biggest you're gonna get on these mostly is 26 inches top to bottom. They usually don't get any bigger. And this one in particular is 25 and a half. And you know, I work out, so I feel like I'll eventually probably grow out of this, but yeah, it still like fits me pretty nicely. Probably fits more like a kind of a small men's large, and I'm probably like an XL, so it's not like completely bad. Like obviously the pit to pit is like really nice because it just has like these all have boxy fits. Like this one, for example, would never fit me, bro, just because I think it's like 22 by 22. Like it has the weirdest measurements of all time, but yeah, this is like just how they fit. And now you know, like those people on Instagram that, you know, like always show the interior, now you know why. Like it's just the difference in the material on the interior, you know, and basically, you know, if you don't show this, it's going to be hard to tell if it's, you know, from the 90s or the 60s. You know, it really just depends on what's this interior looking like, how piled is it, and you know, everything like that. So yeah, guys, I want to make more videos like this, you know, concerning true vintage and stuff like that. This is just like my first video, so it is kind of jank, but I'll get better as I go. So yeah, peace.